Hello to myself and everybody else. This is video 36. So far with this one, we're going to continue on with how to draw figures and people. And so far for this, before I go and get started into it, basically basically picking off where the last one was. The last thing it told us to do really was just find pictures and everything like that, and practice drawing armature in different poses, action poses, various things like that, so we can get used to drawing armature. And last time I did that, I had a problem with my proportion. That was the main thing I just really need to work on. So from working on that, I kind of found an outside tip from just looking stuff up. And basically what that is I'll go ahead and just it's already on the screen. I'll go ahead and show it. It's not. Basically the whole thing and stuff too is just drawing. So far I had a problem with proportion and everything, and basically I found a solution online where just looking something else up, and I basically ended up finding an image of somebody drawing armature, which is basically just draw circles and everything and stuff too where the joints are. Because before, my main problem is that if I would try to draw armature, I would basically do the same thing: draw a head, put the shoulders, draw the torso, down to the hips and all that. And then, like I said, this wasn't the problem, but the problem was if I tried to draw the arms. So let's say the arm straight down. So I'll draw the arm stuff to here and here. Then I have to try to draw the elbow, which with that the problem would be this: if the arm is straight down, I'll just try to connect it, and it can get hard to tell, okay, where does the arm end, or where does it go to the elbow, and then where's the elbow to the wrist and all that and everything. Same thing with the legs, down to the thigh and everything, stuff like that too. And then do the legs, and then I'll just draw feet or something like that too. But the main problem with that was, again, you're trying to constantly memorize, okay, where the knees at, where the elbows and everything are, and that would mess up the whole proportion, because sometimes I would draw the arms too long, or I'll draw the legs a bit too long or too short. So far, just being able to draw the circles and everything stuff here too where the joints are, it actually does help tell, okay, this is where the shoulder and stuff starts, down here to the elbow, so I can be able to judge the length of how long the arm and stuff is. Then from there, the elbow to the wrist, or I can just make this the hand if I want. And I can gauge how long the arm and stuff is too, so I can be like, okay, I made this too short, made it too long, this is about right. And same thing with the legs, joints where the hips are, the knees, and the ankle and everything. So that is a tip I kind of found online to just help with proportions and everything and stuff as well. So that's something I'm going to be trying to implement and stuff, or I'm going to be implementing that way more to help with being able to tell if I'm getting the height and everything and stuff kind of at least close. So I'm not making the legs too short, the arms too long and everything like that. Plus it helps if they have their arm extended straight forward. So if the arm is something if I raise this one right here, if the arm is something directly up like this, I have to be okay, so this is where the arm and stuff is, and then here's where the other one is. I'm okay, did I make that too long, too short? I don't know, because it's just one long line compared to if I do this, put a circle and stuff there too to tell, okay, this is where the shoulder and the elbow and stuff is. Then from here down to the arm and stuff, I'm okay, yeah, I made the arm a bit too long. So from there, I can just tell them, okay, so around here. Something at least tell, proportion-wise, at least a little bit, a tiny bit better how it's supposed to be. I mean, the shoulder's still messed up because it should bend up a bit here, but so I'm just showing an example. But basically with that and everything too, just, again, just found using outside source and stuff too, and just not tunnel visioning specifically on the book can help a lot more and stuff as well. But so far, give me a second, so I'll go ahead and set up for the next thing we're going to move on to, which will be movement. Okay, so far the next thing we're going to be focusing on is movement and armature. Basically what the book says about this, which I'm going to put the page up and stuff now so you can just read it for yourself, but I'll just try to summarize it in a second. So far, what the book base says about this is it's a good way to just practice armature and just practice like just being able to tell what the movements of whatever you're drawing is. But basically, just one big excuse just to practice drawing armature and stuff more in different like positions and motions and everything like that. So you can just get better at it. But as I mentioned before, with the drawing circles into joints, that's something I'm trying to implement more in this as well to see if it helps me and stuff more, because I can kind of see it does a bit, but just still confirm that. And so with this, we're just going to use 2 images and everything and stuff. I'm just start with a base image, and then from there just draw the actions of what happened after that and what happened before that. So just be more practice on drawing, everything like that. So with this one, dude bending over to like pick something up. So basically just do this. And just start with drawing the head. And with this, go ahead and practice. Let me see. Practice with this as well too. Just putting the circles for the joints. I'll be able to tell where stuff is. Go ahead and draw the spine. Yeah, that's another problem I have too. It sounds like sometimes don't put things exactly in the right position. That's the thing I gotta work on more. So I try drawing the shoulder stuff first and then doing that. So around here, kind of. Still not 100% right because he's technically more like hunched over than that. Again, so we're just holding, just practicing everything too. Just try it, just see what you can do and all that. More like this. Still not 100% perfect, but yeah, just try to do what we can. Alright, so over that and everything too, around to here. And so there's one back. Go and draw the arm, so far just be able to tell where the elbow to the shoulder and stuff is, then arm. Yeah, definitely just feel like I drew it like a bit long, but just have to draw the other one, just kind of see where it is. Got the legs and everything. Yes. The other leg. Put something on the ground, just like he's reaching for it. And then the other arm, that was kind of not as visible as this, so just move it a bit more. There, just tiny bits. Couple lines for the face. Basically something kind of like this and all that. Again, if I had to say again, still not 100% perfect and everything like that as well, but again, just to warm up and all that, just to be able to just like get back in the groove and everything, stuff like that too. Plus we're gonna be drawing a bunch more, so eventually I'll start getting better at it, but at least I can understand like more of what I'm actually doing and everything, stuff at the very least. So there's that. Plus just critiquing what you're doing and everything stuff as well does help you improve. So just moving on to the next part of it. Just whatever his movement and stuff is here, we just like continue it. So there, draw the head more like this. And I'm just going to draw and everything and stuff a bit more. That's the thing. Sounds like I have a problem just drawing stuff like directly to the side, so I just do mine. And then the back arm, and just put more like, let's see. Just kind of like this. Yeah, because it just get kind of more difficult trying to draw like just something kind of happening and stuff too, and all that in the back. Okay, so far for here, just this. Alright, well, let's go ahead and draw the things picking up here. Arms up here, elbow, down to here, wrist and all that. The back one will just do like that again, so I'm just kind of there. And then with the leg, same thing, just more bent. I like that. And I can draw the object a bit lower and everything. So far I'm just being like a bit nitpicky about it, but yeah, just something like that. Yeah, I did the face map kind of weird there, but still. And then here, basically just the last one. Yeah, that face map, I'm doing that one again. Just like this. Yeah, I'm just kind of like moving it down a bit, just because I don't have like an exact spot, so I'm just kind of like moving it a bit, but yeah. Yeah, that's the thing I'm talking about. Like sometimes I don't draw the circle force and then the proportions a bit off. Yeah, so that. So basically, just for this, just him just bending down to pick up an object, and even with that, I ended up just making him himself move lower and all that stuff as well. But at the very least, at least got like the form of it down. Let me zoom out a bit more just to show it. Yeah, so at least around here, just from the base image and everything here to it just going down and here and everything and stuff, at the very least got the movements of that down a bit. I still have to work on my positioning and all that, but at least I can get the movements up down a bit. Same thing with I gotta work on like, things completely to the side and everything like that too, like with the back arm and everything, and the other leg a little bit. But at least with that though, yeah, just still analyzing stuff too, cause like with this one the legs are still a bit off. Maybe also with this one stuff as well too, like the legs still like they got shorter as I kept going forward. So that's the thing I need to just work on stuff as well. But again, that's the whole point of this. It like helps with just like practicing and everything and stuff as well. And so far with this, just let me put the object here so I can at least have a reference for it. And for this, just have him yeah, I think I could tell too is that like I'm just still changing just straight up the size of this and everything and stuff as well. But I'm making it like taller and I'm kind of making it like a bit shorter and stuff depending on what's going on. But still a matter of practice. And with this, more like this. Yeah, like looking at this right, I can definitely tell like this completely messed that up because the proportionality is just not right at all. But at least like I said, the circles themselves do help with being able to tell just like how far something is and everything and stuff like that too, because this still does not look right. Give me a second. Let me just try drawing the back one, just seeing real quick. Yeah, it still doesn't look 100% right with this. But so far, just keep it the way it is, because again, just learn from your mistakes and all that. So just leave it like this. And same thing, just draw the head. How do we do that? Going over here, going here. Yeah, I can tell with the other leg I messed something up there. Yeah, cause like the legs and stuff too compared to the height of the other one. Like I keep making the legs like completely different heights and everything. So at least this thing I can actually see that I'm doing that now. So I should probably instead do this. See. Yeah, no, it really doesn't fix anything. Just again, I'm gonna like just try to do it in one motion, stuff like that, and also I can just notice where I'm completely messing up. Because it's definitely a thing of like depth and proportion as well. Because I'll get in that once I finish the rest. Let me just. because I'm definitely messing up just entirely when it comes to just proportion stuff still. But at least I can like see it way better on where I'm messing up. So there's that. Okay, so far I'm gonna make this full screen real quick so I can just see the whole thing. Alright, so far for this right here and everything, it's like me looking at it specifically, I can definitely tell still my proportion is off, especially when it comes to like certain ones of these. Like this one here, I still feel like the legs and arms and stuff too really aren't exactly 100% right. And like especially with a lot of these too, like I said, just position of the back arm and everything stuff too, positioning stuff too of the shoulders and everything, because like this one feels like it's kind of off because it's hard to tell which one's in the front and which one's in the back, because they're supposed to be in the front, but you kind of see either way, like the back arm's reaching rather than the front arm. Same thing with the leg length and everything too here as well. Like the legs, I keep making them shorter like each time as I go forward, but basically, at least like I said before, being able to draw the joints is at least showing me where I'm messing up like way more. Just being able to see like the leg length and everything, stuff like that too, and where I'm making the legs longer and where I'm making them shorter is based on the distance between the circles and everything, as well as just again just depth is another thing I work with too. But in reality, I think the next part probably help me with that a bit more, but I'll get in there. But yeah, so we're looking at the thing as a whole, at least movement wise, it does look like a correct series of motions. Basically, the person just standing there, they notice thing on the ground, and then they just start like going towards it. And definitely probably should be like bend over more here and everything and stuff too, because but I'm really just nitpicking things and stuff too. But basically, the whole point of this is just to practice like drawing armature, so you can just get more exercise and experience with it, which I really do need to practice more, but I also need to move on. So I'll keep practicing this as well as the next part and stuff as well too. So with that, just give me a second so I can get the next picture. So far, this will be the other image and everything and stuff just to practice with and everything. So let's go ahead and start with the base image. Then just try to go ahead and draw the spine and everything and stuff with it. The hips and everything, so do this. Circle there, and put a circle over here for the joints of that. The arms. Shorten this a bit more because you really can't see it, so make it smaller. Alright. Then from there, just go ahead and start with the legs, or the arms, whichever one you prefer. I'm just going to start with the legs. Yeah, I feel I made the leg like a bit shorter here. Let me try some. Hopes I'm working on the computer because I'd like erase it and stuff too on paper and all that. But either way, practice makes perfect, so nothing wrong with repetition. And this one I will just erase, just try again. And we're looking for whatever. Alright, and then with the arm. Yeah, just missing my line there. Yeah, so we're looking at this again, just like the leg. I don't have like kind of extended as much as this one is, but or at least high. So like just a tiny bit lower. Like should be going more here rather than here. But again, just since we're just quick drawing it and everything stuff like that, then just leave it. But yeah, it's really important. But I just kind of want to add this part. Yeah, it really doesn't add too much. Just want to put it. All right, so far with that, just this time let's just go backwards with it. Why not? Really doesn't help say that the squares I have are like different sizes, but yeah, why not just leave it? Makes me have to adapt and adjust. Yeah. And it just takes a second to think about the exact pose and stuff for it and everything as well. Let's try it like this then. Hold on here. Okay, so over the leg, just here. And the other leg, just bring it down a bit. Yeah, just something like this. And it's kind of a huge jump in reality. I probably should have yeah, like I said, I'm probably just overthinking it. So just see how it looks once we have the whole thing and stuff for this. You also, if you hear the noise in the back, that's just because again I'm just like at dorms and just kind of near the road. So just think of this ambiance. Here, here. Yeah, I'm drawing like the hips pretty small, but yeah, it's just a thing I just do. Let me redo that one. Yeah, I still drew that angle. Yeah, so far with this, like, I feel like I definitely am missing a kind of frame in between it. Like, this should be the first, this should be the second, and then from there, just another one for the third. Like I said, the benefit of working on the computer is that I can just do this. Zoom out, and I can just actually move it. There we go. So far, just the benefit of being able to work on the computer and everything. So with that, we zoom back in. Zoom out a little bit. Okay, so for this, just work off of this one, just extend it a bit more. So it goes back a little bit more. Yeah, I'm just getting sloppy now. Alright, so I'm gonna do it like this. And I will just draw, let's see, like this. And we'll have the leg go up a bit more, so draw the joint right here. Well, it started to look the same like the other one. Okay, let's move it up a bit more. Yeah, it's literally looking exactly like, okay, let me actually make, okay, so the leg and stuff is here, and compared to the other one, so that was like more higher up there. Alright, so we'll try it around here. And let's just say it's going out of frame and stuff a bit because I kind of, oh, let's just do it again. Yeah, I'm working on the computer, so why not take advantage of that? That and that's circle, and then just a foot or whatever. And from there, shoulders and everything. So circle, circle. Then we just sometimes I do forget to draw circle stuff a bit too, which can lead to something kind of like this, where I'm pretty sure I drew the form like a bit shorter than it needs to be. Yeah, I gotta do the arm a bit shorter, but for now we'll just kind of leave it. And then we'll just continue on drawing the ones after that, and then we'll just look and see entirely how it looks, everything. So far we're just that. Yeah, the head's just changing inconsistent sizes, but why not on that? Yeah, the foot to ankle, I always draw like a weird and non-consistent size. Yeah, I definitely drew that too long. jet the arm. Okay, let me redo the arms. I think I completely just messed up on this. Just positioning wise, let me do this. So it'll be around here, and then you have the arms come around like this. Yeah, proportion wise, still again not the best still with this, but again, I just look at the whole thing once I have it down. Yeah, but I kind of start the same way, just again, just drawing the head, then from there I can go either the shoulders or the torso and everything and stuff like that too. Just whatever I genuinely, crap, whatever I generally just feel like, doing and all that. And then just the last one, just him and rest. Fix the other foot. Alright. Okay, so we'll just zoom out and just see what it looks like. I'll make full screen. Yeah, so basically from this and everything and stuff like that too, at least movement wise, we can at least movement wise, at least get that down stuff to a degree. We can at least see like just from the beginning, just rest, starting to lift the leg, and then just going back down to the rest position, everything stuff like that too. Just the main thing again of just like proportion, it does vary a lot. Cause like I said, like the arms, I am kind of like shortening them quite a bit. And the same thing with the legs, like again, inconsistent length and stuff as well. But it is at least like easier to tell, at least proportion wise, where stuff is. Because like I said, I can at least now see like where the knees, hips, ankles, elbows, wrists, and shoulders and all that stuff is compared to before where I was kind of like guessing. Because like around here, this middle one, if I drew it before, it would just been like leg here and the other leg connecting to it and then a foot. It would have seemed like just a really long, like, the proportion would have seemed completely off. But at least with the circles, I can at least tell like where it's supposed to be. So that's at least something I have to kind of take away from the book at the very least. Is that again did help get started, but sometimes you do need like an outside source to help you like find techniques and tips to help you improve a bit better and everything like that. So again, I'm trying looking stuff up and everything too. Just trying to get tunnel vision. Just go. I'm working with a book. Only work with a book, or I'm working with this one source. Only work with this one source. So there's that. But just looking at both of them and everything too. Again, at least movement wise, we can at least get an idea of what the movements are supposed to be and various things like that. Plus, it made us practice drawing a whole bunch of armature, which can help us with practicing proportions and everything, just getting the feel for whatever we're drawing. So basically just practicing more like movement just as an excuse to practice more armature. And then the next thing we move on to after that is gesture drawing, in which, just to kind of go ahead and talk about it a little bit, I'm not going to like show the page or anything, go super deep into it, but just basically looking at the book, the things to talk about with gesture drawing, the book doesn't give a ton of detail. Basically, it kind of shows it as just armature with smoother lines, but it's actually like way more to it than that. So before I really move into the next video and stuff with that, I need to do way more research and kind of like practice that a bit more. Then I can at least try to explain a bit better, and from there just everything that. But yeah, but so far it's myself and everybody else. See you in the next one.